All right, now these timers are going to be a little out of sync. You see, 3 of the runners are using the standard method, which is minus 2.2 seconds. And that's the difference in time. Time normally starts when you first get control of Mario, or when Mario first appears on the screen. And that's exactly 2.2 seconds from when you hit start player 1 game. Bob is doing it on the SRL timing method where he starts it at 0. So we'll have their video synced up, but you will notice RetroBob's timer will be about a couple of seconds ahead.
Well, actually what happened was Bob didn't start his timer until Mario appeared. So he's actually started on Mario appear at 0 as well.
Beautiful.
So he just didn't start at -2 on file select. So all 4 of them are actually synced up.
Beautiful. All right, I love seeing everyone going through this a little differently. This is a level that's kind of negligible, so people go through it in their own ways, all getting a 360 across the board. All right, and once again, this will be race 3 for the top runners. Ben on the left versus Stu on the right. They're looking for this win to go into round 4. We have a second race on the bottom that's on its first of 3 races. RetroBob versus Louie. And they're going to be looking for a best of 3 to continue on to round 4.
Yeah, this is a no Star World run, so it's basically beat the game, go around by going around the world. You're not allowed to go into Star World. You're not allowed to use major glitches. I think there's about 31 exits, and then kill Bowser. That's what they're gonna do.
Yep. So it puts a nice healthy run, roughly 35 minutes. Hopefully we'll see less from these runners.
I mean, there's nothing stopping them doing a few extra exits. It doesn't invalidate the run, as long as those exits are not in Star World.
Yep. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I think we saw in one race for the qualifiers, people missing the key for FOI 3 and taking the normal exit that's right by the key. Did we see Louie get that shell jump there?
Louie got a very nice shell jump, yeah. And everyone had 277 on the pipe apart from Louie, so I don't think anyone else got it. I'm guessing Stu went for it but didn't get it. I don't know if Bob attempts it, I actually missed it. It's a bit harder with 4 screens to follow.
Yeah, it definitely is, and these guys are not going to make it easy on us. They're going to stay pretty close together for a lot of this run. Alright, and they all make the tough jump onto that Koopa. They are now free to pick up any power-ups they would like.
We saw 3 281s, and then we saw Stu get beaten by the final boss yet again, so he only got a 280 door. It's a minor time loss, but it's just annoying. Oh, did Louie miss the door as well?
Yeah,
because he still got a 281. He had a 280. Okay, well, we'll see.
Yeah. He almost got the 81. Showing off some cool swag there, clipping in.
So the runners on the left are in the lead. Ben and RetroBob are going to be happy.
Yep, and we have 2 240 Iggies from Stu and Louie.
Well, I suppose Louie gained a little bit of time from the shell jump, so he kind of made up a little bit of the time he lost from the door. So him and RetroBob are still dead even.
All right, and they're going to be going into Donut Plains where they're looking for a cape. Donut Plains is where we see the runs kind of start branching off.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how sometimes people have slight variations in the way they grab the cape. Like, for example, you saw RetroBob use the fireball to kill the Koopa that would have been blocking his path for the quick takeoff. It looks cool. I've never done it myself, but it looks pretty cool. Other people would just either float over the Koopa or something.
Yeah, Stu had a slightly different method of grabbing the cape this time. It's still going to net him the 362. He has really been killing DP1 this entire...
Yeah, that's 3 in a row. Three 362s in a row for Stu.
Maybe he could teach me how to do that level. So these guys will be going into a drive room, spin fly up, grab that Koopa shell, and get out ASAP. It's going to help them swim a little quicker through some of the level before they switch it out for a P-switch. They switch it out because you see them spinning through the fish with that shell. There's a small chance that you could lose that shell while spinning a fish, depending on your frame rule. There's no such cause for concern with a P-switch. It's definitely more stable of a weapon to just melee through the fishies.
This time we see Louis get the 252 finish. Ben played it very safe at the end with the fish. He does not want to lose his cape. So he was happy with a 250. Or he did not try for anything faster than that.
All right, Louis and RetroBob still staying neck and neck. Same with Stu and Ben. Once again, Ben and Stu are 1v1 versus each other. RetroBob versus Louis is another 1v1. Both groups are looking for a best of 3 to move on to round 4. This is a single elimination, so the losers will be eliminated. Alright, Bob and Louie got a couple of flyover levels to get through before they make their way to Morton's castle. Louie did not get the early flight he was looking for. He's going to have to pick it up elsewhere. It's going to give Bob a slight lead over him.
Yeah, it's a small little mistake, and it can happen if you jump too early, but it's better to jump too early than too late, because if you jump too late, you're in the pit and you're dead, and you lose your cape. And Louis does know the backup where you can keep on going, you never let go of right and run, and you keep going, and you get your P-speed at the next platform. Because I do see some runners sometimes jump very back to the very first platform and take off there, which can be extremely safe, but then you lose a lot more time. So Louis lost minimal time on that level.
Yeah, he only lost at max 2 in-game seconds, so it wasn't the biggest deal. That could definitely change during Morton's Castle, as we've seen during Ben and Stu's races.
Yeah, I think one thing that always impresses me with some of these top runners is how well they handle little mistakes and how good their backups are. Like, for example, in an earlier race, we saw Stu lose his cape in Donna's Secret 1, and he went through that level we just talked about, DP3, without cape. He did it Fire Mario, and he picked up the cape halfway through, and he lost very little time because of knowing that extremely difficult backup. So things like that are what sets these top runners apart from average, mediocre runners.
All
like
right.
myself.
Well, like you said, those who can't commentate, right?
That's why we're here.
RetroBob's the first going for his Morton fly. He's got a nice hold of that spring, as well as Louie. Retro taking that last little flight. Doesn't really matter. It's going to get him the same cycle as Louie. I like going for the flight, personally. Stu is taking a lead. Ben does... Still staying a little bit behind Stu in the Morton's Castle.
Yeah, Ben's sticking with his strat to avoid the spring, so...
Yeah, Ben and Stu's race is coming out just like the other two. I mean, they really are. They've been timed on the same level pretty much exactly from the past 2 races.
Yeah, it's like a clash of philosophies, whether safe strats or going for all of your fastest strats works. And we saw it work in Ben's favor in race 1, and we saw it work in Stu's favor in race 2. So yeah, I don't know how it's going to go in this race. We're going to find out.
And we have, like I said, we have 2 coin flips, top race and bottom race. So both of these guys, I don't know which way it's going to go. Bob will be the first, just slightly heading into Vanilla Dome. These runners are going to need to utilize all the vertical height that their cape allows to get up to the cape, or to get up to the key. Good job for Bob, Louie, and Stu. Ben had a little bit of an issue last time.
Yeah, he did the same.
Maybe that's just his strat.
No, it's definitely not. He's just done the same thing 2 runs in a row. He's taken off for the dive bomb slightly too late, so he's landed on the slightly higher platform. It's a minor time loss. It probably will annoy him because it's 2 runs in a row, but it won't cost him the race probably.
All right, and Louie will take the slight lead back from RetroBob in this level. He was slightly faster, didn't have a hiccup near the end. And they've got a couple of flyover levels to get through, so hopefully there shouldn't be any standings changes for the bottom race coming up. Hopefully. We have seen issues on this level, which is surprising to see, but I mean, we're talking about a race, so anything could happen.
Yeah, the only one who wants to be on the ground in this level is Calco. Nobody else wants to be there. Everyone wants to be in the sky.
Oh man, it was so great to see him in the tournament. Unfortunately, someone had to push him out.
Sorry,
we didn't
guys.
get to see more.
I wanted to see more of his runs as much as anyone, but not more than I wanted to get through.
All right, Bob and Louie staying neck and neck. Stu has a slight lead ahead of Ben. They're going through their last flyover level before they hit the fortress.
I've always found it helpful, those coin arrows telling you which way to go.
Because in case you get confused.
If they weren't there, how would you know which way to go? You might think you want to go all the way back to the left again.
Sometimes I still go to the left. It's just muscle memory.
Now that I think about it, I often wonder if they put it there to taunt you, to think, oh, the platform's just coming up. Oh, it's still not there. I'm still swimming. Oh, it's further. And it keeps on getting further. I wonder if it was there as a little bit of a troll.
All right, we've got our runners in the fortress now. They're going to play it nice and tight against those ball and chains near the fish, trying to avoid that damage.
Yeah, it's not one of the harder levels in the run, but I find it personally to be one of the most annoying. Swimming through the level where you don't get to carry a shell or a P-switch it can be quite annoying, because you just got to swim and maintain your height and not swim into any fish and not lose your power up. Yeah, it's almost like an auto-scroller that isn't.
Louie getting a nice thwomp boss there. Alright, we got some clean Reznor kills. Stu getting that final hit. Ben is right behind him. Louie and Bob still keeping it neck and neck. Of course, that could change in this next level. Let's put it into 5th gear. Pedal to the metal. Get your excitement ready.
Alright, we had double the hype last time, and we're going to have quadruple the hype this time.
Oh my goodness gracious. Quadruple
get
the
your
hype,
quadruple Pog Champs in chat, please, because this is it.
Goosebumps. All right, we see Louie already taken off into the air. He's the first runner today we've seen try to fly through this level, making it extra exciting for you viewers at home.
Maybe he was only debating us. He only flew a little bit, and now he's platforming like the rest of us.
A little bit's all it takes. My blood pressure is through the roof right now with excitement.
Yeah, look at these Koopa bounces, farming for lives. This is what you can do in this level.
Do not look down.
Those green platforms, when you stomp on them and it drags you down into the pit below. It's the scariest thing ever.
I've got a good feeling about Bob here. He's got a shell in his hand. Oh, wow.
What's he going to do with the shell?
That Koopa. Absolutely incredible. The absolute precision these runners need to nail those platforms. Now let's watch Bob's screen down in the bottom left. He has a shell in his hand. He's going for a swag-ass block dupe.
No! Oh, that is... Run is over. Might as well reset.
0 swag points awarded.
At least he attempted it, because the other 3 didn't attempt it. So I'll offer him half a swag point for attempting. We're going to see the runners on our right, Louie and Stu, both go for the pipe fly, which will save a tiny little bit of time over our runners on the left.
All right, they're out of the exciting level. We can all calm down. It's just another flyover level now. But man, that excitement will last with you a lifetime. This will be their final flyover before they hit Ludwig's castle. It's a very real chance that the standings could change in that castle as well. They've got some intense rooms to go through if they want to come out into Forest of Illusion.
Yeah, a lot of people consider that this is where the run really starts. This is where the levels start getting tricky. The stakes get higher.
Absolutely. So, starting with Ludwig's castle, we hit the meat and potatoes of this run. It's filling the whole rest of the way.
Now we have 2 more runners to see what kind of strategy they choose. I think they'll both do the cape fly though.
Yep. We got 2 cape attempts down at the bottom, going through room 2. They need to fly under the fire. If they get hit, there's a big chance that they can fall right into the lava. Stu right behind them, catching it.
Ben sticking to his fateful fire strat, having no trouble with it. The fire strategy is technically a tiny bit slower than the cape strategy, but it is probably a fair bit safer because you don't have to deal with the variability of flight speeds and the risk of hitting any of the potaboos. In reality, it's just preference. You do whatever you're most comfortable with.
Mm-hmm. Yep, if you're more comfortable with flower, even though it loses a little bit of time, you know, if you've got a real chance of losing more time with the cape, stick with what works. All right, Louis has a slight lead over Bob coming out of the castle. They'll be going into Forest of Illusion, where we possibly will see some wings come out. We haven't seen any wings today.
Yeah, we saw Stu attempt it in the first race, and it did not go well at all. And then he skipped it in the second race, so it'll be interesting to see what he does. I feel confident that Louis is going to go for wings. I don't know about Bob. Bob often goes for safe strats in races as well, I've seen in past tournaments, so it wouldn't surprise me if he just does the level the vanilla way.
Yeah, and this is definitely a strat that could be considered skipping during a race. But it looks like Louis will be going for it, so pay attention to Louis' screen right here. He's going to go under. He needs to spit the shell out and grab it while it's moving. Dupe to the left side, and that should make Yoshi wings appear. It'll get him out of the level about 6 seconds quicker than if he had not gone for it. You see Bob accidentally pop to the balloon block. He's not going to be able to dupe it, and he needs to go ahead and take the normal exit. It's going to give Louis a slightly stronger lead as he goes in for his Yoshi clip attempt.
Yeah, that was extremely impressive. Louis looked so comfortable. I mean, he's the #1 seed, and he's the world record holder in a million categories in this game. He's so good, and he's showing it. Like, he knows these difficult strats, and he's so reliable with them.
Proving it with a nice Yoshi clip. Stu and Bob are going for their attempts. Bob getting it nice.
That's 3 out of 4. I've gotten the Yoshi clip. Come on, Ben, make it 4. Yes, all 4 of our runners defying the odds. Even if you get in there, there's a 25% chance that Yoshi will just kick you out anyway if you're on the wrong subpixel. So even if you do everything correctly, but all 4 runners getting through.
All right, and they've got to fly over Forest of Illusion 3. Louis has a slight but real lead ahead of Bob right now. Stu a little ahead of Ben. Things could change at any minute now that we're in the middle of the run.
Yeah, this level should be fairly straightforward. Roy probably won't change the lead unless there's any deaths, but we have seen deaths before. It can be a real run killer.
Yeah, I mean, even losing your flight at a weird spot, like, could change the lead. You can get caught in some weird situations before the door.
Yep, and then platform despawns can get brought into the equation if your second half of the level is off script. So you just have to hope for the best and do your best.
Now watch Louis' flight here as he dives right before taking any damage and pulling back up, showing off how this cape is done. Staying in the air through the spike room. He needs to take off one more time before he gets to the boss. He didn't get the flight where normally you would see it, but it's no mind because he got there quick.
Yeah, Louis does the strat where you take off before the first of the fireballs in that section with the brown blocks. So if you take off early to be safe, then sometimes you just don't have the P-speed. If you take off late, you jump into the fireball and you lose your cape, which is a disaster. So he played it a little bit safe there.
All right, and Ben also played it a little safe through that room, canceling his flight early so that he knew he would make it past those stairs. I mean, really, just solid runs from these guys. They are coming out today.
Yeah, we saw Stu extend his lead by like 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds, and we saw Bob catch up by maybe 2 seconds there because of the voice castle. But otherwise, it's still very close between all four. And now we're going into Chocolate Island.
Yep. Louis has a pretty decent lead on Bob now. He's going to want to keep it during this. At least until Valley of Bowser. He needs to keep Bob about a sandbar away. Would be preferable, I would imagine.
Yeah, for sure. If sandbar's in the equation, then Louis he'll almost feel at a disadvantage being ahead in the race, because if he doesn't go for sandbar and Bob gets it, Bob could catch up and overtake him. So he might feel compelled to go for it. But then if it doesn't go well, then it's tough in these races with sandbar right at the end if you're only a little bit ahead.
It really is. It's like, what do you do? How do you make that decision? When do you make that decision? Alright, we're seeing a nice ghost house from these guys right now. Good suicide door from Louis.
Yeah, that's always a little bit scary, because obviously if you miss the door, it being a final boss, then you're in the pit. But I think one trick that a lot of people do is if you press jump the frame after you press up, or maybe at the same time, then you guarantee that if you actually don't get in the door, you will do a quick hop and you will avoid the pit.
Yeah, you're right. That does sound easy.
In theory, but I'm certainly not going to be doing it in runs anytime soon.
Yeah, you'll definitely see it from these top runners like these guys. I mean, the level of consistency that these four runners have been showing off is absurd.
Yeah, also the gaps between their times in the leaderboard, like we mentioned, there's 0.5 second between Louis and Bob's PB, and that suicide door is more than 0.5 second it saves. I think it's probably about close to 1 second it'll save. So those margins are relevant, absolutely relevant.
All right, we see our bottom two runners. Louis can be going into Chocolate Secret right before Bob.
Yeah, so room 1 in Chocolate Secret can be scary. I mean, if you do everything right, if you're using whatever strategy you use, a lot of people use the Steven strat, then it can be fine. But if you go off script at all, it is the worst place in the run to be off script, because those chucks and the footballs will wreck your life. It happens so many times.
Unforgiving.
Just get through the room using your normal strategy. It's all fine. It's not even a hard room. But if anything goes wrong, you're in serious trouble. I just missed it, but Stu does not have a cape.
Yeah.
What happened?
I looked away for just a second. He's going
I'm watching it on the
restream.
Oh no! Okay, he lost it to one of the beetles. I think he was a bit late pressing down to slide through some beetles. Either that, or he was going for the early P-speed strategy, and he just didn't jump in time. He left it too late, but he ran into one of the beetles and lost his cape.
He lost his flower as well in room 3 to a spiny. He's going to be going through this small. He's not in a good spot. This is what Ben is looking for. He's going to take a big bite into that lead.
Yeah, losing the fire might not actually cost him time if he does Wendy perfectly, capeless, because he can get his mushroom at the halfway, and he can use that to get a cape in the ghost ship. But losing cape will definitely lose him a chunk of time. This is a big advantage for Ben now.
It is.
They're finishing the level at the same time, but Ben has 2 capes and Stu has 0. So
yeah, so Ben has taken a massive bite of Stu's apple today. That is just what he was looking for. Louis still maintaining a small but real lead against Bob. He's going into the windy fight as Bob is heading into room 2. This is a fight you really want to go right in this run.
Stu electing not to go for the damage boost crusher skip. He played it safe. I don't know if he was going to attempt it, but just didn't like his setup for it, so he bailed out. But he's just gonna limp through the castle, just get through it, and he can try and make it up in sandbar or something. He's not out of the race at all, but he's definitely somewhat behind now.
All right, Bob getting his third and final hit on Windy. He'll be meeting up with Louis and Sunken Ghost Ship. Ben now in the lead versus Stu.
Yeah, Ben finishing the Wendy fight without too much trouble, just as Stu enters the Wendy fight. Stu needs to keep this mushroom. It is pretty important he keeps the mushroom, otherwise he'll lose a hole. Oh, I shouldn't have said anything.
Oh,
I should just stop. I can't believe I said that.
That's all on Wendy. That is a massive loss.
I was almost going to say, and now he really needs to not die, just winning the fight, but I didn't want to say anything. I said nothing.
So a big reason why that was so important
bad. That is my fault. That's on me, guys. That's on me.
The item box in the next level for Stu would have had a cape in it. Had he been Big Mario, it would have been a slight time loss, but he still would have had a cape. Now he is Small Mario. He has no chance for a cape at the next level. It will solidify Ben's lead. Louis getting a nice despawn. He's going to damage boost through the second boo ring, heading into the final room.
So at this stage, there's no handy capes for Stu to pick up. So he's going to go on. He's going to go on capeless at least until the sandbar room, where there is a cape he can choose to pick up if he decides to pick that up and not go for sandbar clip.
All right, and Louis will be the first of our 4 runners to grab the orb. All right, and Ben is the first in his race to make it to the end of room 2 in Sunken Ghost Ship. He doesn't like the damage boost. He wants to keep that backup cape.
Yeah, Bob. We saw that strategy for him in room 1 when he had a comfortable lead to keep 2 capes just to be safe, and he's doing it here again. A very clever race decision.
Yep. Bob has grabbed his orb. And Ben will be the third runner to grab the orb. Louis and RetroBob making their way through Valley of Bowser. Louis got that block in hand so he can get himself a backup cape. I'm sure we'll see Bob do the same shortly. Ben as well heading into Valley of Bowser as Stu is right behind him in the Sunken Ghost Ship, grabbing the 4th and final orb. Now this level Louis is in can be a little challenging. He needs to fly above these Koopas that are on these high platforms. There are bats above him that want to take that cape, so it can be pretty tight movement. We'll see if we see any sandbar attempts. We did see Louis attempt sandbar do sandbar practice before this race. We'll see if he decides to go for it and if that practice paid off. He is in. We have a sandbar clip from Louis.
That is fantastic, Louis. That's such a brave decision. He was what we described, like within about 12 seconds of a lead over RetroBob. But he went for sandbar and got it, and he had to, because if he died there, Bob would have been in the lead. So that was extremely impressive.
Absolutely.
Louis showing why he is the #1 seed in this tournament.
Bringing those top tier strats. Bob not getting the sandbar. That puts Louis healthily ahead of Bob. We do still have a fortress ahead where things could change. But that is looking really good for Louis. Phenomenal play. I mean, this run is just top tier.
We're seeing some people in chat say that Louis is on very good pace. He could be on PB pace.
Oh, why did you have to say it? Why did you have to say it,
no, I
Shady?
didn't learn my lesson. I didn't learn my lesson. It's okay. Surely he's not listening. You didn't hear anything, Louis. Nothing. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Yes. Okay, he made it. I feel redeemed. I didn't curse it.
Ooh, Stu getting the sandbar. He needed that. Ben still has a pretty good lead on him, but that's going to help Stu out immensely. Oh, Bob going through the scariest fortress of the whole run. He needs to keep this cape. He needs this to go well. Louis is in the dark room before the Bowser fight. This is the first race between these two. It's a best of 3, so there will be a race after this. Ben and Stu up top are in their final race. They're looking for that win to continue on. And the winner of these 2 races will face each other in round 4. So this gives you a little taste of what's to come. Louis is on absurd pace. He's at a 32 pace.
Yeah, we want to see all the insta hits from Louis. We want to see a clean cape kill. This is oh my god!
Oh,
can you believe it?
He got shadied once again.
Oh, don't say it's that. No.
Well, now it's got a name. I'm sorry, I didn't name it. Dude, showing off why that fortress is extra spooky, losing his cape to one of the crushers. It's gonna help Ben get this win. He's going into the Bowser fight.
I'm just not gonna say anything about any of the runners now. You can comment from here on.
Oh, absolutely, dude. If I had the power with my words to ruin these runs, I would revel in it. I wouldn't be ashamed. Louis getting that ball clip. Thank God he had a backup cape. That was an unfortunate hit right there. He was on like a world record pace right there. I've said it once. I've said it a dozen times. I'll say it again. It would not be uncommon to see a world record during this tournament. We have already seen one so far. It was not during a tournament race, but Silver Star recently clinched the world record.
I'm saying nothing. I'm saying absolutely nothing.
Several others are in contention for it as well. Louis is going in for his 6th and final hit. Everyone get big GGs out for him. What a run! What a run!
I mean, if that's right, Louis stopped his timer late. That was a 3250 on his timer. What is that?
Was a 50 or 51? What's the... Oh my god.
Is that it? Did you do it? Yeah, it was a 3250 when Peach appeared on his timer.
God. A 3250, assuming correct timing, would give him a world record in No Star World. How do you beat that? Great job from Louis. Oh my god.
Yeah, Bob finishing up with an extremely impressive 33-34. It's it's not quite as
amazing run from Bob.
But yeah, that's a great run. That would win most races. But
what do you do?
What are you meant to do
against Louis? Oh my goodness.
Ben finishing up now. 33.56, another sub 34 time from Ben.
And that's going to give Ben the win for the round. That gives him his 2nd win in this best of 3 against Stu. Wow, I cannot get over that run from Louis.
Yeah, I'm speechless. Louis, that's fantastic, mate. I am really so happy for you.
I am so happy that you guys were all here to see that. We have a new world record in No Star World. We have had this world record change hands twice already. Just in the past 2 weeks. And I'm sure we're going to see more. I want to know if Louis got the 49 or not. That's the big question here. I think it was a 50. He seems to think it was a 50. Stu getting his last hit. I want to see some big GGs out for Stu.
Yeah.
Showing off some good runs. Unfortunately, not getting that second win.
Yeah, 34.56, still a very good time, but yeah, those mistakes a little bit earlier, especially in Wendy's Castle, unfortunately cost him. Ben is going to go through to the next round, and he's going to face the winner of the race you see now in the bottom half, Louis versus RetroBob.
Oh my god. That run was absurd. These two run, like Bob versus Louis, I knew this race was going to be great. I didn't realize how great it was going to be. A 33-34 from Bob, and it didn't even win. That's a god tier run right there.
Yeah, that was, so we reckon that's a 32.50, which is a clear world record, and it probably was on sub 50 pace. It was probably 49 pace.
Oh, I mean, even more than that.
Until I said something.
Until you said something, of course. Wow, okay. So, we have some things to talk about with this past race, I guess. Louis will be taking the first race. This is a best of 3 against Retro Bob is looking for 2 wins back-to-back if he wants to go on against Ben. Now, Ben is our round 3 match winner against Stu. We have Ben with us here as well.
You guys, what's up? Yeah, laptop mic, so familiar old self. What was that? I mean, I thought winning was pretty awesome, but seeing what Louis just did there, my goodness. Yeah.
I mean, GG on those wins, man. First off,
thank you.
Your runs really showed up, man. You had a lot of sub 34s. You had that one that was like, what, a 34.04? So still pretty much a 34.
Yeah, that's 5 out of 6 33s today, which at this point I absolutely need to be competitive. I mean, that first match was a bit of a gift, but after seeing him just push that aside and just whip out that, you know, that mid 33, beating my PB, bit concerning. But I had high hopes going into this race, I guess. Although I didn't think I was going to win match 3. But,
well, these high hopes.
What was it? It was the Cape. It was the Cape in Chocolate Island 1. That was it. And I'll be honest, as soon as I saw that, I was full of energy. I knew that I was going to take it home. You just don't want to give me any chances.
Yeah, you kept grabbing that backup Cape in Chocolate Island 1, and that afforded you some good wiggle room.
Yeah, I think that's maybe one of the most underrated Cape grabs, but there you go.
It is. We also see some really cool strats for grabbing it too. I'm glad you played it a little scene from people like Fitz and such.
So yeah,
I think it was him who I've seen do a dive bomb before and grab the spring. My heart just about fell out of my chest thinking he just dive bombed into the pit.
Yeah, I mean, that VD1, Shady was bang on there. It was a little frustrating, I'll be honest. But these were runs of very similar nature. Pretty much all my runs, I got first try clip every time. Stu didn't, like once, I don't think.
Oh, that Yoshi clip on the second race. God, was it second or first? Really did him dirty.
Oh yeah, but the first one. But really, really good left side. Well, you know, first try at that point. Both times. Like, I was looking at that thinking, okay, you got kicked out once. What are you going to get left side again? Okay, you did. Oops. He was just so hot. And even that decision not to take FOI1 wings, I took as a big compliment. Although, if it wasn't for those wings in that first race, who knows, he probably would have won. So...
Yeah, I mean, like we said at the beginning, this was pretty much a coin flip between you and Stu. And,
yep,
I guess fortunately for you, it came out heads on you.
The predictions definitely made that case as well. I actually believe I'm in first. Stu and I were tied, and we backed ourselves So I think I'm in the lead now for that as well.
For the SRL points?
Oh, no, for
What do you
prediction.
mean? Oh, for
Predictions.
predictions.
Challenge, yeah.
Me, Louis, and GDF, or sorry, RetroBob are the top three. So the last thing I'll say is obviously I'm going up against RetroBob or Louis. We're one step closer to it being Louis. It doesn't matter who it is. It's going to be super, super tough, but I'm not worried. I'm not concerned. I'm going to bring absolutely everything to it. No safe strats until I'm ahead. So,
My man.
This is what I'm looking for.
That's what I like to hear.
And grabbing that spring. No, the spring just tilted me too hard earlier. That's why I didn't go for it, but it's a disgusting time loss.
Yeah, it gave you like the same amount of time loss every run. Like they looked exactly the same up past Morton. It was pretty interesting to watch. You were able to come back from those springs though.
You see, I don't even consider that spring a safety strat. That is just me throwing my hands up and saying, I'm crap. I'm just going to miss it way too much. I mean, it technically is a safety strat, but boy, oh boy, I should be able to do it more than like 50%. I think we've got Stu in. I just mentioned earlier as well, like he was underpicked for this. I put him, if I was being super honest with people, I put him as a favorite.
Yeah, we do actually have Stu here now with us too. How's it going, man?
Yo, what's up? Good game.
GG's, Stu.
Thank you.
Yeah, big GG's back to you.
Tough set of runs. Tough set of runs for sure. Like second game was very, very good. First and third game I thought were actually also pretty good until there's just like one catastrophic mistake. Which
it
always
was and it wasn't even your fault. That first one you should have gotten that Yoshi clip. Me so up the wall mad that like it took you so long to get it afterwards. Yoshi was just not working with you.
Yeah, the Yoshi was bad, but I was even more like that one. I run 96 a lot. I'm so used to FOI2 being just real mean, but more so the wings in FY1 in game one. Something like
so
stopped.
What happened with that? It looked like you stopped.
Yeah, it just didn't give me like nothing happened. I was trying to continue my jump fly to the other platform where I was going to do wings, and it just didn't do anything. And so I was just like stranded there. So it's like, in retrospect, I think what I should have done was take the key exit and then just rebeat the level. I think that might have been faster because I knew I was going to have to ditch Yoshi, and then I'd have to get Yoshi again anyways. So
that's what we were discussing for a while. It's like, what do you do in that situation?
Yeah,
what is the play? Because that just doesn't happen normally.
Yeah,
it looked like you did everything right. It just stopped, like dead stopped.
That was pretty rough. I was pretty tilted. Well, like I was still in it slightly, but then then coupled with the FY2, I was just like, okay, well that's a run. It's like kind of looking forward to just go to game 2 at that point.
You see, it was weird. Like coming into this, I thought it was obviously going to be very close. But after that match 1, I was going into that match 2 thinking, yeah, I'm taking this 2-0. There's no way anyone can accept what happened. And then you knock that out, and I'm like, oh shit, well, I'm losing 1-2 here.
You thought you had him on the tilted side, huh?
Yeah, and that was the other thing as well. You didn't get first try clip once, but sure as hell got left side clip, which I was like, oh wow, he got it, or he missed it. Maybe this is a chance. Nope, never mind.
Yeah, I got left try clip first try twice.
Yeah, I love seeing lefties.
Yeah.
Oh
man. You
were on absolute fire. It was a very impressive run, except there was like 3 things that happened, so.
Yeah, but I mean, kudos to you. I mean, you played pretty darn consistent. Yeah, hard to compete when you're getting 33s, and I mean, you might have gotten a low 34 in there or something. I don't remember exactly, but at least 2 33s, right? That's pretty good.
Yeah, the second race was a 34.04.
04. Yeah, it's kind of dirty, but that's the thing. All you need to do to beat me is do what you did in match 2. I can't catch someone whenever they do that to me. Although going into next match, I won't be playing it the same way, of course. So.
Yeah, you definitely can't take it safe against Lou. You can't assume he'll make mistakes.
Dude, yeah, Ben had some strong words.
Oh, sorry, or Bob. I just watched I forgot they're on there. That was only their first race.
Yeah, they have another coming up.
Yeah, they got another one coming up.
Ooh, I'm not sure if you know about this, Stu, but we have a new world record. Not for me, obviously, but Louis has confirmed that he did get it.
Oh, nice.
It's a 32:50.6. That is going to give him a new world record.
That's pretty exciting. I bet you that was fun to cast.
It was unreal because I mean, just from looking at near the end of the run, it wasn't gonna happen, and then it did. It was looking rough for a second, and he pulled it out at the very end. It was awesome. That pace was unreal. He had like a 48 pace or something he was working on.
Actually, sorry, assuming that time is correct, it would actually be 0.2 seconds off world record. Sorry about that, folks. But I'm sure that's going to be retimed. That's a PB, and obviously second place. But this wouldn't be the first time Louis got like 0.2 seconds off world record in this category in a tournament.
What do you mean 0.2? Did the world record change recently that I don't know about?
Silver Star got it.
Yeah, with the 51.3, right?
Yeah. No, in round 4 of the EFT No Star World Tournament, he also got like 0.4 seconds off Bob when he held the world record. So
yeah, it's gonna be nuts. We have so many people who like have a viable chance for world record. I don't think this will be the last time, even in the next week or two, that we see a change.
Oh wait, Louis clearly got world record. Oh yes, because it's 30-51.
It's a 50.6.
Yeah.
He's like 0.7 ahead of world record.
Very nice. World record. Okay, I just can't identify numbers very well, so we're gonna work on that for next race.
It's fine. You just went through a gauntlet of races. Your brain's mush right now, I'm sure.
It absolutely is. You, Louis, congrats on the world record. What the heck?
And during a race, is there bigger swag than that?
Pretty much new.
Hard to top that for sure.
He did it again. Thank you so much both for the commentary. It was so much fun the whole way. Just Shady knowing me so well in these races, and Carrick just being a fan favorite, and I just want to say you've probably been my favorite commentator all tournament as well. You're just really good at it, dude. So
yeah, you guys make it real easy when you put down runs like that. I tell you. You guys make it real fun to see. It was cool seeing all 3 races from y'all. I'm glad y'all actually took it to 3.
Yeah, I am happy that we did go 3. I knew it was going to be tough to beat Ben. I know he's a very good player, so just happy at least I got to the 3rd one. Still a little bit disappointed, but you know.
I would turn that on its head. I'm very happy to take this 2-1, let alone win in any circumstances against Stu. If this was 96, this wouldn't be close. It would just be a showcase race, and then me probably trying to get 100 bonus stars. So
yeah, Stu definitely did not make it easy on you.
But
you had to work for those time saves.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the quarterfinals, regardless of who it is. I'm hoping to pack it up and pack it in. So we'll hopefully do that next time as well.
Yeah, and we definitely look forward to see you go against round 4. Ben is going to be going against the winner of our bottom race, Bob versus Louis. They'll be going into race 2 shortly.
Cool. Thanks for having me, and thanks for the commentary. And good luck to Ben, and obviously to Bob and Louis as well.
Yeah, Stu, we really appreciate you coming in and chatting with us. Thanks for putting those runs down for us to watch. That was a really exciting race.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah, GG's to both you guys. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed those races. And Ben, good luck in the next one.
Yeah, and that is going to do it for Stu, who unfortunately will be eliminated. Ben will be moving on to round 4 to face either RetroBob or Louis. They'll be going into race 2. They're looking for a best of 3. Louis already has 1 star. He just needs 1 more win to take it home. Bob looking for 2 wins in a row if he wants to stay in and go against Ben.
Now, I think I'm going to step out for this one. I think you're going to be joined by a new partner to you, Carrick.
All right, sounds good. Shady, I really appreciate you coming and hanging out. I always love doing comms with you, man.
That was so much fun. They were absolutely right. You're so good at this. You're so easy to listen to, and you explain things so well. So yeah, it's just fantastic. Definitely a fan favorite. So yeah, until next time, dude.
All right, always good hearing from Shady. You guys go give him a follow. Go drop a follow for Ben and Stu. You can see these guys on Twitch all the time. They're super entertaining to watch. You'll usually find me in their chats hanging out. And we're going to be moving it to just a 1v1 here shortly. It's going to be RetroBob versus Louie, race 2. Now, going into this race, let's talk about what just happened, all right? Some of y'all might be newcoming. Some of y'all might be so shocked that the memories have left you. But before this race, Bob was just a little bit ahead, milliseconds ahead of Louie. Bob being 5th place, Louie being 6th place. Louie, not happy being 6th, does what he is known to do and destroyed the leaderboards. Got a new world record for No Star World just last race. It's hard to beat that. You know, I'll say that. It'll be really interesting to see what a second race looks like. He's really on the ball. Bob put down a mid 33 run, which is a top tier run. He's going to be looking for that again for sure. He just needs a couple of mistakes from Louie, but you're looking in the wrong spot if you're looking for Louie to make mistakes. This is going to be a test of skill on both runners' parts. So definitely, you guys make sure to check out this bracket. I'm going to throw a link in chat for y'all. Doesn't seem like our bot's working right now. But here's a link. You guys click on that. It will show you the bracket. Go ahead and look at round 3. Look what's coming up in round 4. These brackets are more long time. So it's going to be absolutely unreal seeing these. Make sure you guys can follow your favorite runners, see what's coming up next. We're going to have some really interesting races coming up in pretty much every race. Absolutely stacked. It's hard to pick a favorite at this point. All right, and these guys should be switching shortly. We're getting Ben and Stu off the map. GG's once again to Ben. Taking the lead 2-1 from Stu. We had very few mistakes last run from both runners. Louie had a few hiccups, but fortunately he usually had a backup cape lying in wait for him, which definitely helped out. All right, we'll be getting started shortly in this second race here. I'll be one of your commentators, W. Carrick. And with me for this next race are Ben and Cyclone. How's it going, guys?
I won't leave you hanging too long. I'm just getting ready for this next race, but I can't wait. If we see half of what we saw from last race, then we're going to have 2 players instead of 4. But anyway, yeah, that was incredible. That last race was just...
Could you get better than that, really? I mean, we saw a during a race. How rare is that?
Yeah, it was funny. I nearly messed up Cape Kill by trying to follow Louie because I knew he was on the world record pace as well. Out of what do you call it, VOB2. It was close, that second hit, but damn.
Oh yeah, once he got that sandbar clip, it was on. We knew at that moment it was going down.
I will be right back. If you guys start before I'm ready and all, you know, just post race getting ready, then cool. But yeah, we're doing 3 commentators this evening just for a bit of sort of last race chill. Plus, it's always great to have Cyclone in.
Alright, it looks like these guys will be getting started very shortly. This will be our race to best of 3 for a single elimination. Once again, this race is no Star World. These racers are going to be trying to beat the game as quickly as possible without utilizing the Star World on the overworld map.
Apparently I was muted the last time I tried to say hi. Sorry about that. Hi, everyone. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, we got Cyclone.
What a race we just had. I'm not every day get to see a world record.
No, that was an insane race from Louie. Hopefully we see a good pace from him.
So I don't know if RetroBob noticed the start here. This might be okay, hold on. We're gonna have to restart this.
Okay, cool. It wasn't a capture issue. RetroBob had a couple of technical difficulties at the start of the race, so we'll probably see a rematch. Yeah, and it looks like we will. We just need Louis to notice.
Louis noticed. He looked at the channel he saw, and he reset his timer, so he's gonna most likely reset here.
Good work. They're just teasing us a little bit, getting that anticipation flowing. All right, they will get started very shortly.
Yep, we're just letting him go this time. I'm not gatekeeping this time, as we already tried to set him loose once. We're going to set him loose again here. And okay, the race has started, so it'll be about 15-20 seconds or so to catch up to us now. So get your calls in for race number 2, everyone. Are we going to get another world record, or are we going to have another just another great close race here?